Hey, I just wanted to congratulate you and me on actually being able to tolerate each other enough to do 1,000 videos of the FB and Goob show slash shorts.
Yeah. Tolerate you for 1,000 videos. Yes, I have done that. Check. What up,
Yeah,
everybody, and welcome to the FB and Goobs weekly football extravaganza. I am FB,
none the Goob.
sponsored by the Good Time Tavern of Livermore, California, as always. How's it, Goob?
The Goob's pumped. I didn't even write an intro because this thousandth video is just too exciting. Diamador Lenore signed a huge contract with the Niners, so I got Niners on the brain. We had a
Nice.
good weekend. We almost murdered our kicker, and then he saved our lives. So it's a very interesting week in Niner land.
Well,
How's
tell
everything?
with me, I'm good. I was on a bye, so tell me about the Niners, buddy. I mean, good. I thought the Lenore signing was a good fair extension for a good player that you need to keep around on your team to continue having a strong secondary. I thought it
He's
was a
had a
good
great
signing.
he's
Yeah.
had a great year. If he continues to improve, I believe he's still on an upward trajectory. We could get good value for this deal.
Yeah, I agree. I thought that was a good deal. It was like $9.2 million extension. I was like, well, that sounds like a fair deal.
Yeah.
Every other
So
extension's 900 million. So
that. So we got that done. But I mean, football wise, on the field, McCaffrey's back. Did he look exactly like McCaffrey? Maybe, maybe not. He had a bit of a jolt. We're still having red zone problems apparently because we had to kick 6 field goals, I believe. Six cow. Unbelievable. So Jake Moody
six.
made he made 3 of 5 field goals leading up to the end of the game. I mean, I don't want to be anticlimactic, but he made the game winning field goal. And we got to leave Tampa Bay. Their fourth straight loss. We're coming off a bye. We got a dub. Not a lot of injuries going on. I did want to say Ronaldo Green had a little tweak of his hamstring. I hope it's not serious because he had a great game. Even after he got burnt, he had the recovery speed to come back. And the other rookie, Dominic Pooney, I don't know if you can see back here in the background, but he is still not allowed a sack the entire year. He's got a PFF grade higher than Trent Williams. I mean, this rookie is playing the best right guard that I've seen since, we're talking like 1987, Randy Cross type stuff. So we've got some good things. Kurt Warner is the best linebacker in football. He continues to make a difference every game. And yeah, Brock Purdy, he balances the line between unfreaking believable and Caleb Williams. So it's a weird thing. You never know on any given snap whether or the end zone after running around for 11 seconds, or he's going to just throw it into a defensive lineman's hand and another tip pick. But all in all, things are looking good. We host Seattle next week. I believe the Niners are in good shape to rock Seattle's world and move on, continue to win this division.
Oh, continue to win this division. Great question. Was the Cardinals was the Cardinals victory a big victory, even though they defeated a washed out old man and defense down every cornerback and a washed out old receiver with a bunch of young kids that are being ran by a delusional maniac? Was the Cardinals win a big win?
I mean, I think if the Jets had a chance to do anything, they had to do something in Arizona. So I'm not
Yes.
saying they weren't in give up mode yet. And yes, the Arizona, which they've done to a lot of good defenses this year, just it puts the pressure on them constantly. James Conner, they don't get behind the chains. Murray either escapes or throws it away these days instead of taking those huge 18-yard sacks that he used to. I think Arizona is legitimate. I still think their defense is an issue. I still think Kyler Murray is an issue. But all things are trending upward in Arizona. If we don't beat them, Niners don't beat Arizona next time, then it's going to go down to the wire.
Okay. I like it. I had to ask because I saw that victory and it was a beat down of the New York Jets, which I would like to say Nothing makes me smile more. Even though Aaron Rodgers can still go on the Pat McAfee show and smugly smile, I think all he has done for the last 4 to 5 years is try to destroy the NFL.
I mean,
Um,
I think maybe that's his plan: become a hated player. That way, his podcast does better once he does his Egypt Cave podcast once he retires,
I hope that works for him. I really
which
do.
he should do soon.
And speaking of moving on, the Packers have moved on. Had a bye week this week, so green and
We
gold rested.
love
And
bye
I
week.
hope that's what we did do. Good news on injury updates for me as a Packer fan. Evan Williams and Jair Alexander back in the defensive backfield. Um, I can only hope that Jordan Love has gone through all the procedures it takes to get his knee and his groin back to playing Jordan Love style football, because I don't think we've actually seen it yet. I mean, all we've seen is him go down in his first game with no preseason snaps, come back and then get a groin injury right after a good game. And thank God for Malik Willis is all I can say. At this present moment in time, that's all I
The
can say.
undefeated Malik Willis.
I think that this kid has come in, and the only reason we're 6-3 and have any chance at the playoffs is because Malik Willis has come in and he's still wearing his undefeated Big Daddy hat. So I think that's awesome. Um, every bye week you hope to come off and play well. So let's hope we play well. We have the Bears this week, of course. That's
Uh, the
always nice
bad
to
the bad side of Brock Purdy. Nice.
it's always nice to come off the bye week and have to play a team that is firing their offensive coordinator,
Crumbling.
crumbling, wondering if Caleb Williams was the correct
Oh man, he
choice.
looked so slow last week. Like honestly, I made the bear joke to you. It looked like he was Winnie the Pooh covered in honey, trying to make his passes. They're all sticky and slow.
He holds onto the ball for a while. He is kind of slow in his release. Things that usually get you fired in 2 years in the NFL. Um, if you want to listen, lost to the Patriots. Drake May threw a touchdown. Caleb Williams hasn't thrown a touchdown in 5 games. I believe the Patriots, who took Drake May a little behind Caleb Williams, along with the Washington Redskins, who took Jaden Daniels a little behind Caleb Williams.
Of course, Jaden.
Of course, he's the offensive rookie of the year. I believe that Drake May is on his way to a better career than uh, honey covered Winnie the Pooh, Caleb Williams, and that's
Now
and
that's fair. And I as a Carolina fan, I've seen Drake May do many things, and what I kind of like is how he's kind of in the NFL learned how to manage games. You know what I mean? In college, he was just sprint around, go deep. You know, the epitome of like Johnny Manziel, etc. And we all wondered if he could settle in, be able to hit the short throws and the right reads. But I got another name for you, Bo Nix, man. I
Bo
think
Nix,
Bo Nix
unbelievable.
think that kid, like he managed the end of that Chiefs game as best as you possibly could. Left him with no time on the clock, 5 minute drive, took him 70 yards, like brilliant by Bo Nix. And then unfortunately, Andy Reid, god of football, somehow got the Chiefs to win that game, which is, by the blocked field goal from
Some
35 yards out. That was crazy.
Something's going on there in the land of the Chiefs that is almost voodoo like. It's almost somebody's selling something to somebody else because they want the wins that bad. I don't know what it is. There's souls involved.
Right.
I'm
Violin songs.
Yeah, there's been a lot of like odd calls. The Chiefs win again, blocked field goals, Chiefs win again. I don't know, man. I just wonder.
I know I jumped ahead a little bit, but I
That's
mean,
okay.
speaking
Well,
of,
you know what? Then when does the luck end, and does it end this week then with the Bills? I mean, Josh Allen is playing at an MVP level.
he always does.
No, he doesn't. He throws 100 interceptions a year, and he throws like 4 less touchdowns. This year, he's got like 20 some odd touchdowns and no interceptions or some crap like that, and a few fumbles. That's not bad for Josh Allen. Fumbles happen when you run the ball like Josh Allen. So, I mean, can in Buffalo, if the Chiefs play the same way they've played, which is not really
It's
that
great.
good, just kind of seem to stay in games, and in the end, Mahomes has that drive that they end up winning the game on.
Right. A little jump shot pass to win the.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's like we're only down by 4, Pat. We got six
No, I
minutes
mean
left.
Andy Reid in the defense and Kareem Hunt in the running game are going to keep them in every game, and then Andy Reid just trusts his play calling and Patrick Mahomes' use of the wrong not play calls. You know what I mean?
Okay, well, I mean, so you say Andy Reid and Kareem Hunt in the defense. Well, the Tasmanian Devil comes back this week, reactive and ready to go. I'm pretty. So, what happens when Pacheco comes back, who is a psychopath, and it gets 5 extra yards than Kareem Hunt every time? You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah. No,
it's.
I think Buffalo's in trouble again. They're going to come into this game like it's the biggest game of the year. Do they get enough juice from that to get enough, like a big enough lead to beat the Chiefs? I don't see it happening. I think the Chiefs win again. This is their last tough game. They got the Texans at home and this game on the road. That's about it, really, for the Chiefs. So yeah, maybe they do come out for this one.
Okay. I mean, so you got the Chiefs at 10-0 with Patrick Mahomes play and the luck. You just got it rolling on, huh? Rolling. Rolling,
Oh yeah,
rolling, rolling.
I bet Andy Reid loses in Week 18 just for fun of it, and then then wins the Super
And
Bowl.
then three peats.
Yeah,
All right.
fucking
Well,
great.
even though you moved the show ahead, I still am not gonna let you steal. Is the sun setting on the Dallas Cowboys?
Oh, we're going from good teams
Finally.
to shitty teams. I get it. No, I like that. All right. So, is the sun setting, or is it so bright in Dallas that they can't see their own asses?
I believe that's maybe what it is. It's so bright. Jerry needs to bring the bling down in Dallas because
Let's
it's
swing.
so bright that they're literally making asses of themselves now because they're just pathetic, yet they pretend to be the greatest team of all time.
Yeah. No, I can't remember the last time Philadelphia beat Dallas in Dallas by 30 points. Like, it's been a while,
And neither can Jerry Jones.
and I'm sure he had a few drinks afterwards. He probably doesn't remember this week either.
You know, I think the older you get, the less you care. So maybe it's time for that old guy to let the young person care some. Just let his son take over. Isn't it his son next in line? Just let him have it and just get the fuck out. It's getting old and weird. And the Cowboys used to, I mean, listen, nobody's happier than me. Cowboys beat Brett so many times, beat Lynn Dickey, beat Magic, Mikowski. They beat all my favorites. I'm just, let them die. I don't care. But at the same time, it's sad that he gets to do this to this team. Thank God
No, it's
whoever
not.
wasn't
No,
in
it's
charge
not
of the
bad.
Lions anymore is not in charge of the Lions anymore because the Lions Texans,
What a weird game that was.
what an interesting game that was. I I hopefully at the end of this show do not have Jared Goff anymore because I don't understand how they have won 7 games in a row with I guess it's this Patrick Mahomes thing. They just between Dan Campbell, Montgomery Gibbs, and the defense, all
It's all good, man.
all good, man. I'm just like,
All you
Jesus
gotta do is throw
Christ,
a couple
Jared
passes.
Goff and Patrick Mahomes are both in MVP conversations, and both of them aren't very good.
Only in the fourth quarter.
I mean, I mean, I guess I don't get it. I'm confused. So hopefully at the end of the night, since Kyler Murray was out there, I hope I don't have Jared Goff anymore and I have Kyler Murray.
Right on. Yeah, no, that was wild. I can't believe what Texans had 5 interceptions.
5. That's got to be
Still
the
lost
first
and
time ever somebody's
still
thrown
lost to
5.
the Lions.
Lost.
Unbelievable.
Has
All right,
anybody ever thrown, ask Tony Romo, has anybody ever thrown 5 interceptions and then came back and won the game?
I don't believe he won that game, Tony Romo. No.
Has anybody else ever thrown 5 interceptions and come back
That
to
guy.
win?
Check that out.
It can't be. It can't.
All right,
No team.
give me 1 minute. Talk about the Ravens and Steelers.
Oh man, Ravens and Steelers. I can't wait for the Ravens and Steelers. You know what I can't wait for is I hope to also get Russell Wilson tonight. And if I do get Russell Wilson going against the 31st best pass defense, then I'm just saying this is going to
Yeah.
be an interesting game. This wasn't as interesting with Justin Fields, but now with Russell Wilson and Mike Williams and Pickens enjoying the fact that Russell Wilson likes to throw the ball this way. Freiermuth's not even involved yet, and I'm sure he's going to become involved because Russell Wilson throws to a tight end. I think the Ravens might be in trouble here, and the Steelers might be the best team in this division, even though the Baltimore Ravens host who they think is the MVP. But I think Derrick Henry steals some of that time. This is going to be a great game to see who is in charge of this division, and it might be the Steelers at the end of the day.
Now I can't wait to see Patrick Queen as a Steeler against the Ravens.
Me either.
Some of that stuff looks freaking phenomenal. Uh,
Yes.
did you talk about last week's games at all? The Bengals Ravens and the Steelers Commanders?
No, I did not. All I talked about, you said talk about the Ravens Steelers, and I went for it. That's
Nice.
because I'm trying to get Russell Wilson tonight too, because of this game, because I need to win now. The Ravens Steelers game, because their defense passing wise sucks. So
It does. Yeah, they gave up what 264 yards and 3 touchdowns to Jamar Chase. when did they think they should start to like maybe guard that guy?
yeah, I'm hoping George Pickens gets the same routine this week. So with Russell Wilson starting on my team,
No, that would be unbelievable.
it would be.
But yeah, the way both those teams are coming into this game after the Steelers taking Mike Williams, who is a piece of garbage on the Jets. Aaron Rodgers couldn't do anything with him. All of a sudden comes over comes over to the Steelers and well he runs that one route that Russell Wilson throws real well.
Right.
Just straight route.
Straight route. I'm gonna throw it up, put your arms out in a bucket, catch the ball. It's gonna land
Catch
in the
the ball.
bucket.
Yeah.
Okay. Put my arms out in the bucket. It's gonna land in the bucket. Hey, land in the bucket.
Land in the bucket.
Hey. No, yeah, Russell Wilson, man, that guy can throw that ball. So that's perfect for these receivers. Just run. I'm gonna throw it up. You catch it. Okay, sounds good.
That does sound good.
That does sound good. Hey, look, hey, unbelievable how the Commanders won 1 week on a Hail Mary, and on the next week lose basically to a Russell Wilson Hail Mary.
Hey, if nothing else, Commanders are exciting football every week.
Every week. I can't wait for it. I'm excited to see them in the playoffs. I'm excited to see
Thursday against the Eagles. Who you got, man? That's a huge game Thursday versus the Eagles.
the way the Eagles are playing right now and the way they beat down on the Cowboys
At Philadelphia.
at I'm gonna give it to the Eagles. Saquon's running at a high level. AJ Brown's back and playing well. Yeah, I like the Eagles. I really do.
Now,
Defensively, they've got a good, strong line. They're going to give them a tough time.
oh yeah, the secondary's been playing really good in Philadelphia.
Yeah. So
Fantasy
I
wise,
like
but
Philadelphia is definitely trending up.
right.
Yeah, they're definitely trending up. For
Hurts
sure.
is throwing the long ball like Russell Wilson. They got that deep straight to Brown going on pretty well.
I like where Washington is going, and I hope this Jaden Daniel experience doesn't stop. But I'd still say Philadelphia is probably still the cream of the crop, especially with adding Saquon to this whole, you know,
True that.
bunch of
True.
talent. You know what I mean? And a
Yeah.
strong offensive line. So, um,
I know you
I
want
listen. I'm excited for the Steelers and the Ravens a lot. The Bills and the Chiefs. I can't wait to watch that game. That game has got me very excited. I think that
got the
I
goosebumps,
want to see. I
got the
like to
wiggly.
see. I like to see Josh get his game. You know what I mean? I like to see Josh win one.
I want to see him do it in the playoffs. I don't want to see him win this regular season game. I want him to be more pissed off so they beat Mahomes in the playoffs so the Niners can beat Buffalo like it's supposed to be,
Yeah, all right, that's fine. I get that.
like Chris Berman wanted it to be.
You think Kirk Cousins thought it was supposed to be when the Saints won this week against them?
I was going to
It's
say
not
something like
always
that.
supposed to be. You know what I mean?
I was going to make the Saints coach my performer of the week, even though I don't know his name, because he fired them Saints up against that team. Woo!
Riz, something Riz.
They must have played some backups or something. The backups like, hell yeah, coach, let's do this thing, Dougie.
No, I probably just played Kamara and Carr, and I think no. You know who had the big game for the Saints was Scantling.
Oh yeah, MVS had like those two long
MVS. I mean, anybody in the fantasy world, couple things here. Listen, drop everybody on the Giants because the Giants suck. If you have a Jets player other than Garrett Wilson, drop them. If you have and I'm just being honest with everybody. And
But don't
yeah,
pick up MVS because this will be the last time he's got 3 touchdowns.
don't pick up MVS. No, don't pick up MVS. That's a
Not
huge
do it
mistake. He tricked people on the Chiefs. He tricked
all
people
the
on the Packers, and he just gave you Saint fans a big tricker.
time. Big trigger. He's never going to catch another pass. It's
And
so
never
funny.
gonna catch another pass. He's gonna drop a bunch of deep ones where you're like, oh, MVS touchdown. Oh, asshole.
Well, I got a fantasy question. I mean, seriously, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, I thought they were like top 10 receivers. What the hell is going on? We got Tua back, and they still suck. If they just give the ball to A-Chain now.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Is McDaniel's been figured out? Is that why the Niners aren't, undefeated and Miami's undefeated because McDaniel's and Shanahan and their trickery is getting figured out? I thought about that when I was watching the game, why they look so poor and why it doesn't work anymore. And I don't know.
Well,
Interesting
yeah,
question.
maybe we're saving that next page for the playoffs when the
Yeah,
Packers come to town.
maybe. Well, we'll see. Well, don't the Packers and I and you play like next week?
Yeah.
Not this weekend, but the weekend after.
Uh, yeah, in like 10, 14 days or
14,
13
yeah.
days.
So we'll play each other. So we'll see a little taste of what it could be like.
Yeah. We go bland usually versus you guys. It'll be a bland game.
Always bland. We're very bland. We're bland with you too. We're not very fabulous. Yeah, you got any performers in football of the week?
Well, I was going to give my performers of the week to all the veterans around the world because
As you should.
they're silly and they go to war. That's why.
I was not going to give any of my performers of the week to my fantasy football team
Oh yeah, 65 points.
for
Come on,
65 points by 8 players. That's like a point a player.
man.
So let everybody know.
We're both in trouble. We've been doing too much show. 1,000
Yeah,
videos,
way too
man.
much show, way too much kids, way too much trying to
1,000
get
videos.
1,000 videos. That's right. So my
Congratulations.
performer of the week is to Goob and I for hitting 1,000 videos.
Yeah.
I'm FB.
I'm the goob.
Later.